Charity Newsies. This is my 35th year as a newsie. We are selling newspapers for the Charity Newsies, providing brand new clothing for school-age children who are otherwise underprivileged. If you put that up in your dashboard, we see it.
Okay.
That's your passport through all the corners. Okay. You're a hero. Thank you.
I joined the Newsies 17 years ago. I believe in the mission. I believe in clothing school children so that they can go to school and be happy and warm and not be self-conscious about their clothing and focus on getting an education.
Thank you so much. This is my 8th year. I started doing it because a patient of mine was a newsie, and he had been a newspaper boy as a kid, and I thought it was a really worthwhile cause because 100% of the money goes to the kids.
Why stand out in the cold? Don't know, for the kids. My 2nd year. Last year was a record high in temperature, and today it's about 28 degrees. I live on the west side in Westgate and see a lot of kids over there that don't have adequate clothing. And when it gets cold, you see a kid in a sweatshirt, it just breaks your heart. And I have 2 friends that were Charity Newsies, and they told me what being a Charity Newsie was all about, and they've been around 110 years.
If you think about the movies, you think about what you've seen in the media over the years. A newsboy in the day used to be someone who was a youth who'd go out and buy newspapers and do the extra thing. And then they'd have to sell them on their own, try and hustle to make as much money as they could.
The Charity Newsies are proud of their history. And years ago, they ventured beyond newspapers and produced a movie that tells their story.
Oh, no thanks. So on a cold winter day back in 1907, C.C. Philbrook, who was the publisher of the Ohio Sun newspaper at the time, and 2 gentlemen who were in the entertainment industry, a George Baker and a Harry Crumb, were having dinner down at Billy's Chop House, corner of Broad and High. And while they were there, they looked outside and they saw a child selling newspapers to try and support his family. When they saw the kid out there and realized how cold it was, they bought all the papers from him, then they went out and sold it. At that point, they had the idea that maybe they could round up some of their friends and start selling them to make a profit and try and do some things.
I bet every one of us sold papers as a kid. And then turn the money over to charity. Well, yeah, but especially for the little kids, to get them clothes and things.
So 2 weeks later, the Saturday before Christmas, 50 people, 50 of the titans in the city, you could say at the time, went out and started selling newspapers to try and provide goods to families then. Back then, it wasn't just clothes, it was food, it was coal. When the Newsies first started, one of the requirements to be in a Charity Newsie was that you had to be a newsboy. You had to be part of the Citizens Journal or the Dispatch or the Sun. That's changed over the years as this community's gotten bigger. A newsie today can be anyone in the community. It can be anybody who's interested in helping kids out.
Oh, with a touch of red, I think it's you.
Last year, we closed over 12,000 children, so we hope to at least meet that or exceed that this year.
Anybody who is within Franklin County can apply for clothing, and it's really based on income.
I got coats, got jeans, we got 3 different colors of uniform pants, we got shirts.
We can provide both public schools, private schools, charter schools, really any school as long as it's a brick and mortar school. We have a buying committee, and what they do is they kind of scour their suppliers and different vendors to provide the best rates we can get on clothing. Sometimes it's second runs, sometimes it's overages. We look for the best deal we can get, but it's always brand new clothing. It's never used clothes. We never do a clothing drive to accept clothes from the public. We estimate that it costs about $150 a child to clothe a child. So if you have a family of 2 or family of 4, you can save anywhere between $300 and $600 on clothes. And that's $300 to $600 that can be used by a family elsewhere.
Over the years, the Charity Newsies have encouraged people to donate by providing a variety of fundraising opportunities, including dinners, auctions, pizza sales.
The motorcycle races were a big hit in the past. We don't really do them anymore, but in the 50s and 60s, they used to have them out at the fairgrounds. It wasn't just people in the community who were doing it. These were professionals who would do this as a living. So if you think about watching today when you see the motocross races, they would come in to be one of their races every year.
As Drive Day grows closer, The preparation goes into a fever pitch. The pep dinner is held at the Neal House.
Pep dinner was when they'd bring in celebrities. Danny Thomas was here. A lot of sports people were here. Lou Groza, Woody Hayes, obviously, Archie Griffin. A lot of people came in to speak at those pep dinners to try and get the membership up and ready to go raise money.
The big day happens at the end of the year on the second Saturday in December, Drive Day. The Newsies put on their white jumpsuits and around 6 a.m. began to gather at the Charity Newsies headquarters on Indianola Avenue in Clintonville. Volunteers are already inside cooking up a big breakfast of waffles, sausage, and fried eggs. Boys from St. Francis de Sales High School load stacks of papers into the cars, and then the volunteers head to their assigned street corners.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We are at High and 161 in Worthington.
We are one of the most successful corners in Franklin County, and we can raise $14,000 today. That's our goal.
That's okay. We'll take whatever you got. Thank you so much.
There's no set price, so it's not like you have to pay, $2 or $5 for a paper. It's whatever the people can give, and they've been extremely generous over the years. I think the Newsies are reflective of the city of Columbus. It's a caring community that cares not only about the prosperous, but also the poor. We've shown over and over and over again that we're there to help out any group, and I think the Newsies are reflective of that. I believe that because we've been around for over 100 years, we're obviously part of the culture of the city and part of really that fabric that makes us a great place to live.